One thing people aren't aware of is mold. How prevalent is it, and what are the real effects it can have on health?
So in Sunshine State alone, where we live, over 80% of buildings have mold. And this was determined from a building biologist. That's a huge problem, okay? Now, mold can grow when the humidity is above 66%. It doesn't have to have a water leak in order for mold to grow. And when we look into the structures of how most new homes are built, they're built to be energy efficient, which has poor airflow and therefore traps the humidity. And in regards to the walls and their air cavities and the porous structures, it just creates this perfect incubator for mold. Now, mold is a huge problem. It's absolutely terrible when it comes to the human body. We know that 24% of the population has an issue with their genes, which makes them more susceptible to biotoxin-related illness, that including mold. But irrespective of that, it will still damage your body. When we look into mold, it emits mycotoxins, and mycotoxins are lipophilic, and that means they bind to fat-soluble structures such as the brain tissue, such as the myelin sheath which encoats the nerves, and such as the cells. This is why mold illness can have this systemic response, and it can be really hard to pinpoint what the symptoms are. If you do have some symptoms, if you have things like chronic fatigue and you're not sure whether or not you have mold, a subjective assessment, it is not definitive, a subjective assessment you could do is the VCS assessment. This is where you go online and you simply cover one eye, you track in regards to where the line's showing up, whether it's vertical or diagonal, and you answer 45 questions on one side, 45 questions on the other. This will give you a subjective insight. You can also look into other symptoms like a sensitivity to static shocks. You can look into increased water retention, increased thirst, increased urination. These are all telltale signs. And unfortunately, it's just so common.